Alright guys, so here we are for another F1 2006 career mode video. This is season 3, and here we are for the Spanish Grand Prix for round number 6 here. The last time we were here in season 1, we had a really good race here, so hopefully we can back that up with another one. So fingers crossed, we can get some solid points today. So without further ado, let's crack on with the Spanish Grand Prix.
We're at the wonderful Circuit de Catalunya, just outside Barcelona, for Saturday qualifying.
As usual, at the start of the weekend, I always spend a lot of time putting on the setup. Higher front wings, as you'd come to expect at a track like Spain. As usual, I'd expect to be at least in qualifying 3, so unless anything interesting happens in the first 2 sessions, I'll join you guys for the final part of qualifying. No! 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 That was a really, really good lap so far in P6. Ran out of fuel in the final corner. For whatever reason, whenever you run out of fuel, the back end just has a mind of its own. Sent us into the wall there. But luckily enough, when you crash out in qualifying, for some weird reason, it lets you carry on and go straight back out there as if nothing happened. So, we're in P11 at the moment. This is qualifying 1. We're going to advance time, and I think that should be fine, to be honest. Yeah, off to Q2.
We'll continue in a few moments with the second knockout session, where we'll decide grid positions 16 to 11.
And here I was thinking nothing interesting would happen in the first 2 qualifying sessions. We go and have one of the most spectacular crashes of this entire series. 15.2. I think that's the best time I've set so far this weekend, but we're still a long way off of Massa's pole time. Here we go, 2 tenths up in this first sector. Very next lap. Let's get inside the 14s, please. Final corner. It's so flowing through here with the old section. I really prefer it over the modern version. I actually thought I preferred the modern version until I drove this iteration of Catalunya. Got to say, that final sector is just so fun and enjoyable when you nail it through there. Let's try this again. 2 minutes to go. We stuffed up that final qualifying lap there because I was talking too much. And I screwed this one too. Here we go. Last lap in qualifying 2. I've got to keep pushing. I'm in P9 at the moment. There's only 40 odd seconds left in this session. I have a feeling though the game won't let me finish this lap, so we'll wait and see.
Speed posts a new
Yeah, there we go. It didn't let me finish the lap anyway, and nobody improves to better their time. So we end up in P9 at the end of qualifying 2. We're off to Q3 now, where I'm not too sure on my pace, at least against the top 10 runners. Hopefully, maybe with better fuel, with more fuel on board, we may have a better race car. Who knows? But I think at the moment, we're just clutching at straws in regards to some of the top-end runners of this F1 grid. Come on, that was a shaky finish to this final sector in this lap. I think we were a few tenths up. As we come across the line, we set a 16.7. Alright, so with 4 minutes left to go, we're going to make a decision here. We're going to go back to the pits, put on a fresh set of tyres, and go straight back out because we've done about 5-6 laps on that current set of option tyres already. So this final minute here, it's going to be essentially just down to this lap alone. I thought we would have had slightly more time than what we do, but we've just got the 1 lap. Try and take this flat out in 6th gear. I did lift ever so slightly, but normally I take that in 5th gear, so that's a good sign. We might gain some time here. Nice English. As long as I can remember the drive, that's all that really matters. Very, very close to our personal best time so far. For these final 2 corners, I'm going to concentrate and try and nail this final sector. Nah, it's all over. It is all over. Shouldn't have talked on that final lap. That was what undid me there. But it's position 9 for the Spanish Grand Prix, basically mimicking what we did in qualifying 2, but with heavier fuel. So in the end, not too bad, and we can still move up a few places from that in P10. Okay, we dropped another place. That's what you want.
You join us live at the Circuit de Catalunya in Barcelona. This is the Spanish Grand Prix.
Here we go, setting off for the formation lap for the Spanish Grand Prix. It looks like in qualifying, Spain may not be one of those really strong tracks for us, but hopefully with a good race, a clean race, no mistakes, good strategy, and maybe some luck on the first lap, we could still get a really good result if we race well. As of yet, it's like 6 races in, and I still haven't like had a a really clean race, like a race where I've fully lived up to my potential. We haven't had one of those races yet. Is this going to be the one? I really hope so. If we do, we're on for some big points. Wow, Fisichella. What are you doing so far back, son? You're meant to be like one of the championship contenders. You didn't even make it to qualifying 3. I wonder what happened to him. Alright, here we go. Round number 6 here for this F1 2006 Career Mode Championship, the Spanish Grand Prix. Can we come away with a good result? 10 red lights, and it's away we go for the Spanish Grand Prix. Looks like initially we got a better start than Trulli, so we're flying here into turn 1. I think I missed the revving of my engine. That was a little bit unfortunate there. Lost a lot of momentum heading into turn 1. Up the inside of Alonso, we've got him. Good stuff so far. Oh my goodness me! Oh my goodness me! The McLarens have tangled. One of the McLarens got slowed up. I've lost my front wing. I don't care about that. I'm just explaining the situation. Raikkonen retired because Montoya ran wide and then got T-boned by the Toyota, and then the other McLaren got tangled up in that as well. So just, wow, what an unbelievable start to this Spanish Grand Prix. I said I was really hoping that we could have a clean race this time, but looks like it's not going to happen for us today. We're coming into the pits at the end of this lap to change the front wing. Man, that really sucks, but you know, what can you do? That wasn't my fault. That wasn't my incident to get involved with, so very unfortunate there. We'll come in for the pit stop now. What's going on? Are we not having a change of tyres? They took their bloody well time changing the tyres, didn't they? Bloody hell. Okay, this is going to be a very slow one here. 15 seconds. Yeah, 15 on the dot. And we're going to be at the back of the field. So for the rest of this race, it's going to be qualifying laps. Not too sure whether we're going to have a 2-stop here in this race, but we're going to push on. We need to.
Keep an eye on your car condition indicator. The tyres are showing signs of wear, and this will affect...
No, we're only like 4 laps into this stint, and now tyre wear is coming into it. Like, some cars haven't even stopped yet. It's quite atrocious. The only car we've overtaken is Albers, who just made his pit stop there. So looks like we're battling with some of the cars in, like, you know, the late to mid-teens in terms of position. So a lot of the back markers here. It's going to be a big stretch from here to score some points. I just can't believe how much time we lost due to the change of front wing and also the loss of the front wing on the first pit stop, like in the first lap. But just, yeah, just a bit gobsmacked because we pitted from like P10 or something like that. Oh, what's going on up here then? Is there some kind of issues then? Any kind of oil? I don't know. Sounds like some cars have retired, at least Liuzzi has, so I wonder if he's taken anyone else with him. More cars are in the pit lane on this lap, so we move up a couple more places. We're into P13, but yeah, 7 laps to go. Our tyres are already yellow, so it's going to be a big stretch from here to take them to the end of the race, but I feel like from here I have no other option but to just stay out to the end on a set of option tyres. I think this may turn into one of those drive till the tyres explode exercises, because we are not going to pit in at any point for the rest of this race. We're going to be stubborn. I got to hold on to this track position, like I said. There's a lot of slower cars in front of us. It's just I guess the tyre wear that's holding us back. So this race definitely isn't over. I'm going to try and keep moving forward if I can.
Great time for Sector 2. Keep it up.
Thank you very much. We're actually catching cars now. Scott Speed only 2.7 seconds ahead. Oh my goodness me, we're driving up the escape road then. Nothing else I could really do there. I had to react as quickly as I could, and yep, we're going to get penalised for going the long way around. Look at this, the tyres are absolutely dead now. You can even see the detail of the wear on the tyres. For a 2006 game to see kind of detail like that is pretty crazy. I don't know. Okay, thank you Martin Brundle. I'd like to talk about my own race here. Alright, so there we go. Felipe Massa takes the win of the Spanish Grand Prix. Michael Schumacher home in P2. So that's another Ferrari 1-2. Those guys are absolutely dominating here in this 2006 championship. My tyres are absolutely shot, by the way. I think it's going to be a minor miracle if we can actually get to the finish here. The guy behind me is catching me quite significantly. So the tyres have quite a massive drop off in the last, lap or two. So even in 2006, these Bridgestone, they're Michelins, have absolutely just died in this final lap or two. But I think we're going to hold on to position number 13 through the final corner. It's another one of those races where it kind of got away from us there. Just caught up in someone else's incident, and that was basically it. A big opportunity lost, I think. I'm not going to say that I would have beaten Fisichella, but we did start in front of him, and we were in front of him on the first lap. So too with Jarno Trulli. So those kind of guys is kind of the region I would have finished in. Top 5 or something like that, especially if I would have had track position. I definitely would have made sure I would have held on to that position there. So I feel like we were pretty damn quick. It's just like we were essentially racing with like one hand behind our back. We stopped at the end of the first lap. We took a set of soft compound tyres the entire duration of this race. I've experienced tyre wear in some races where I can barely get to the pit stop target lap. So for us to get to the end of that Grand Prix on a tyre wear dependent track like Spain, I'm very happy with that, and I'm so glad that the tyres actually held out in the end there. So 13th place, I think it was, not entirely a disastrous result considering what happened there. So after a result like that, I'd normally be a little bit downbeat with myself and all that kind of thing. But today I think I drove really well, and I did show, I felt like I had potential in that race. Even though it might not have come across in the video, I put in some really good qualifying laps, made up a lot of time on a lot of the cars around me, and I was almost expecting to finish last out of everyone in that field who would have finished, but we really did claw back a lot of ground over the course of that race. The next race, it will be in Monaco, one of my favorite, it is my favorite racetrack on the entire calendar, and traditionally it is a very, very strong track for myself. So I've got extremely high expectations for this Grand Prix coming up in the next episode. I'm almost expecting to finish on the podium, maybe even challenge for the race win, get our first race win on hard difficulty. How awesome would that be? It would like propel us straight back into the fight for the championship potentially if other people have some incidents at the same time. Lastly, we'll check the email inbox. Yeah, Red Bull basically aren't happy. We'll advance time, see if there's any other kind of offers, anything like that. Maybe further emails, more test sessions coming up for Red Bull Racing. And that is it. So I'm going to leave this episode here. I'll join you guys for episode number 7, which will be the Monaco Grand Prix. Favorite race on the entire calendar, and should be either it's going to be an entertaining race nonetheless. We're either probably going to win, or we're probably going to crash out in dramatic fashion. So join me for the Monaco Grand Prix in the next day or two. I can't wait. Let's go. That was a weird way to end off the video. Like the video if you enjoyed, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Thanks for watching once again, and I'll see you guys next time.